Yeah, exactly.
What the hell?
There's someone out there with a torch. They keep shining it at the van. I think they're going.
But,
And so I want to give him plenty of space, he gives me plenty of space, and we'll be just fine.
Every terrifying camping encounter proves one thing: your sense of safety is just an illusion. Whether you're firing a warning shot at a growling shadow in the freezing woods, or waking up trapped by a life-threatening desert storm, the wild is entirely unpredictable. If you were miles from help with nowhere to run, how would you survive? On July 17, 2025, a video appeared on the YouTube channel Ranga Trips, a creator known for filming real storm camping and survival camping experiences in remote places. In this episode, he travels to a remote tropical island, somewhere in the open ocean, for a risky night of island camping. The island is known for its unpredictable weather and is divided into two very different sides. One calm and peaceful, the other fully exposed to powerful storms coming in from the sea. Instead of staying in the safer area, he continues walking toward the exposed side that faces the open ocean. This side receives the strongest wind and rain during bad weather, making it a dangerous place for wilderness camping.
I don't want to ruin his whip. Holy smokes! Okay, I'm not gonna explore anymore there.
As he approaches the edge of the forest, something suddenly catches his attention. A large spider web stretches between several branches near the path. The sight immediately makes him stop. It is enough to make him think twice about walking deeper into the trees. At the same time, the weather begins to change quickly.
That looks pretty crazy. That is a storm. Gotta scramble all the stuff under the top so that when that comes and smashes in.
Like, you got light. Okay, relax. It's close. Okay, that's it.
I'm gonna have to bank that. This one's intense. Hold up, Tom. I don't want to have to spend the night. Where's the bivy bag? I'm gonna have the bivy bag ready in case all hell breaks loose. That's scary, bro. Where the hell is the bivy bag? Oh, there she is. Oh, Lord. Funnel web spider.
Dark storm clouds move across the sky toward the island, and the light fades within minutes. Realizing that a strong storm may arrive very soon, he abandons the idea of exploring the forest and quickly begins setting up a tarp shelter. The wind starts to increase as he rushes to build the shelter. He stretches the tarp between nearby supports and quickly throws his gear underneath to keep it safe from rain and wind. The gusts continue pushing against the tarp as if trying to tear the temporary shelter apart. As the sky grows darker, the storm becomes stronger. Without warning,
right now we just need this tarp to hold up, that wind to stay down, and hopefully it's going to handle this. This is scary. Hold up top. The weirdest. Oh my good God. The wind is like bringing it in through this gap. Hold up.
a loud crack of thunder explodes somewhere very close to the campsite. The sudden sound startles him. The situation has clearly become dangerous. He is sitting on an exposed island with nothing but a thin tarp above him.
Hold up, buddy, hold up. It's actually good to check, like, if this thing leaks at all. That's a bit loose, that side. I was checking the weather radars all kinds of asking ChatGPT like, when is the storm gonna hit? It's old school, bro. You just gotta look up at the sky and go, oh, it's time to hunker down.
Even while facing the storm directly, he does not panic. Instead, he calmly prepares for the worst possible outcome. He searches through his equipment to locate an important emergency item, a bivy bag used for survival camping. If the tarp fails during the storm, the bivy bag may be the only protection left. Soon, the storm reaches its strongest point. Powerful wind pushes the rain sideways into the shelter. The tarp shakes violently as the storm continues. He has to hold parts of the tarp in place to prevent the wind from ripping it away. Earlier, he had checked weather forecasts using modern tools, but the reality of the island proves that forecasts here cannot always be trusted. In remote places like this, the only real warning often comes from watching the sky. As heavy rain pours down around him, he tries to rest for a moment and hopes the shelter will survive the night. By morning, the storm finally begins to weaken. Sitting under the tarp shelter, he opens a canned coffee and slowly recovers from the exhausting night of island survival camping. Thunder, wind, and rain made sleep almost impossible, leaving him completely drained. After packing his gear, he prepares to leave the island and return to the mainland. Some viewers later pointed out something interesting in the comments. During heavy storms, spiders often search for dry places to hide. On a small island during storm camping, the only dry shelter nearby might have been the tarp itself. Which raises a question. During that long night of island camping, what else might have been looking for shelter there? Hold on a sec. If you're enjoying this so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. On March 12th, 2026, a video appeared on the YouTube channel Exploring with Angelo, a creator known for documenting overnight exploration, remote camping trips, and investigating unusual locations. In this episode, Angelo and his friend Frank travel into a snow-covered forest in northern Ontario, Canada, near a frozen lake and a provincial park. The area has long been linked to rumors about a mysterious disappearance that reportedly happened there nearly 20 years ago. Angelo and Frank arrive at the forest later than expected. Because the sun is already starting to set, they decide they set up their campsite near the beginning of the trail. One of the first things they check is their snowmobile. They want to make sure everything is working properly before exploring deeper into the forest the next day. After some time, they finish setting up their large inflatable air tent, which will serve as their base for the night.
It's something else. It's very, very beautiful right now. There was somebody who owns the cabin. I think I saw it on the drone last time I was here. Yeah, what I might have to do, what might make the most sense, is just drive out onto the lake. Just see if we hear anything, or see anything, I guess. At least until my feet get frozen cold. My socks got a little wet, unfortunately, but so I just heard somebody. No, it wasn't that guy, because I saw him leave, unless he came back. But I don't know. What the hell? It literally sounded like somebody said something. Hello? Man, if we decide to camp out here, we're going to have to do some serious digging. That is for sure, but we'll come through as early as we possibly can. What is that? Hello? It's going to be a little bit hard to walk in this. It's really deep.
Before darkness fully settles over the forest, Angelo decides to explore the surrounding area alone for a short time. He rides the snowmobile along a narrow trail until he eventually reaches a large frozen lake surrounded by trees. The place is extremely quiet. The frozen surface stretches across the landscape, and the forest around it appears still and empty. While standing alone in the middle of the frozen lake, Angelo suddenly stops. He believes he hears a voice clearly saying the word, "Hello." The sound immediately surprises him. There should not be anyone else nearby. The only nearby path leads toward a distant cabin belonging to a local resident. Feeling uneasy about the strange moment, Angelo decides not to stay any longer and rides back to the campsite. At the time, he cannot explain what he heard, but it becomes the first strange moment of the night's camping encounter.
What's going on with your face?
What's wrong with my face?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I am delighted for winter to end.
I know.
can't wait.
I literally
Minus
cannot
the
wait.
mosquitoes.
Yeah.
You could leave those out.
You know what? At this point, I will take the mosquitoes.
Fishing, you know.
Yeah, exactly. The
hell? That was metal.
That was something.
Later that evening, the two men sit inside the tent talking. Suddenly, a loud sound echoes outside the tent. It almost sounds like metal striking something hard. The unexpected noise startles both of them.
I'm gonna die. I'm not ready.
You're not gonna die, don't worry.
What was that?
I don't know. Well, it sounded like it came from over here, for sure.
It sounded like it was directly like behind me.
Yeah.
Hello? Great. Hiccup.
Those are always good.
Okay. Weird.
Not on your truck?
I don't think so.
I mean, it didn't sound like the truck, but...
No.
Those are your footprints? Whose footprints are those? They seem really out of place.
I want to say mine? I mean, I would say Lomar, but he's in Ireland, as far as I know. Unless he came back.
Must be beautiful there.
I don't know. Well, they must have been from a while ago, though.
I know, it's just weird
they
where they're...
melted and then froze again. It's going to be one of the biggest challenges we have ever undertaken on this channel in general. Our mission is to essentially relocate the camp, as you see it right now, down by the lake. Are you ready for the challenge tomorrow?
Like the Seven Dwarves.
Okay, so challenge is on. Yeah, Frank has not seen it yet. It's pretty bad.
For you to say that, I know it's bad.
It's bad. It's gonna be rough. But
huh?
Did it not just sound like somebody was walking out there?
Yep. That was almost clear as day.
Yeah. Hello? Hello? Who's from the area, like I said, who owns a cabin across the lake. He actually did tell us a story. About 20 years ago, there was a girl up the street at a provincial park who actually apparently went for a stroll and just went missing. And there was an extensive search done. Never found her. Never found her body.
Locals
nothing.
and police were searching, according to what he said.
Just waiting to see if I hear anything else out there.
Angelo steps outside to investigate, but does not see anything unusual. As they continue checking the area, they notice several strange tracks in the snow near the campsite. The footprints do not clearly resemble either human or animal tracks. A short time later, they hear the sound of footsteps moving through the snow somewhere close to the tent. The situation begins to feel like a possible camping encounter in the remote forest. Then, another disturbing moment happens. A deep growling sound suddenly comes from just outside the tent. Angelo quickly grabs a knife and rushes outside to investigate. Whatever made the noise quickly moves away.
I don't know what the experience is on this part of the road, past the point that I just walked to now. It'd be so much easier. Stop on those areas and then see if anything comes about, I suppose. This is really weird, but like, just kind of like last night, I feel like there's something back there. It just went so quiet. Oh shit, what the f was that? Frank? Oh, crap. I'm sliding. Frank? Shit, gotta be careful here, there's a lot of ice. You okay?
Yo, something just freaking growled right outside the tent. Scared the shit out of me.
Something growled outside the tent.
Yeah, like, I have a knife in my hand.
What side?
On this side, that's why I'm on this side. Like, right beside the tent. Like,
What the hell?
I might have startled it with the hoe.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, that was the whole intention. It's kind of, yeah, it sounded like it pranced off.
Okay. Maybe it was just an animal? Let me check the other side here. Man, it made me run. Whew.
After dinner, the two decide to walk along the dark trail to investigate the strange sounds in the woods. They bring flashlights and a spirit box, a device that scans radio frequencies and sometimes produces random words.
Oh, that's always nice.
Okay. Can you tell us what happened to you?
There is a shapeshifter.
Oh shit.
Is that what's been happening here? Tomorrow we're gonna go deeper into the woods. Is that gonna be a problem? Well, maybe we'll just go there now. How about that?
Just
How do
stay
you like
quiet.
them apples?
It's almost like I dare you, you know?
Static.
I don't know what it is, but like this particular area, I don't know why.
You are trespassing.
What are you talking about?
Could have been somebody's land way
Could have
back.
been a long time ago.
Cyanide.
Natives.
Cyanide.
You're gonna poison us or something?
Isn't it funny what I said earlier?
What?
Remember the Hansel and Gretel and the grandma or the old lady gives them the pie and it drugs them?
That's kind of weird.
What the hell?
It's like they were listening.
I don't remember. Yeah, I think
I
it
don't
was
remember
that.
the details anymore.
I don't remember,
Hansel and
but
Gretel.
whatever pie it was, strawberry rhubarb is actually really good.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah,
I could use that right about now.
yeah. Why don't we ever get pie?
Why don't we ever get by? Because we don't think about it. Suffering? Is someone suffering?
Cyanide because they were suffering to end their suffering.
Maybe. Was someone... Oh.
Eliza.
That could be... That's weird. Earlier it said Elijah.
No, I can't.
Now it says Eliza. So, rumor has it, there's somebody who's been murdering people out here? Cyanide?
But yeah,
That is a poison.
Colton.
yeah.
Colton. That's a new one. Is there somebody named Colton out here?
Be extremely quiet.
Okay.
Shut your mouth.
Why do we need to be extremely quiet? I don't hear anything.
No.
Other than like distant
Traffic.
trucks and stuff.
As they stand quietly in the forest, the device begins producing several unsettling phrases. Then, the forest suddenly becomes silent. Moments later, a loud sound rushes toward them through the trees.
Sure. Oh shit. What the hell is that?
I don't know. I don't like something.
What the hell?
Be careful, the safety's off.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? I might fire a warning shot, just let me know.
Okay.
Stopped.
I have no clue what the fuck that was. Yeah. Definitely should head back.
See anything though?
Neither
like,
did
no
I.
Eyes, nothing.
I was even trying to look around with the camera zoomed in to see if like
Yeah.
anything, but no, I couldn't.
It legit sounded like whatever the fuck it was getting closer.
That was loud.
Let's start making our way back.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I never heard anything like that before.
No, that was messed up.
Like the fact that we didn't fucking see anything?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What was it, an animal?
I mean, what else could it have been?
I don't know. Not an animal?
Logic tells me that it should have been an animal, but
That's what I'm thinking, but that was like... That didn't sound right.
not at all.
Must have been an animal.
Has to have been an animal.
I mean, it clearly scared the shit out of it.
It scared the shit out of me.
Sorry.
Even though I knew it was coming.
Don't say you weren't warned.
The noise sounds like heavy footsteps combined with a strange growl moving quickly through the forest. Angelo fires a warning shot to scare whatever might be approaching during this tense camping encounter. Immediately after the shot, the forest becomes quiet again. They shine their flashlights into the darkness, but nothing clearly appears in the beam of light. Shaken by the experience, the two men return to the tent. They secure the shelter, turn on their heater, and decide to stay inside until morning after a night filled with a very strange camping encounter in the forest. Some viewers believe the sounds may have come from wildlife moving through the forest at night. Others noticed something unusual during the camping encounter. No clear reflection from animal eyes appeared in the flashlight. So what do you think was actually moving through those woods that night? Stealth camping is already unpredictable, but this camping encounter happened in a place even more unsettling. As night fell, he slowly realized he might not be alone out there. On March 11th, 2026, a video was uploaded on the YouTube channel Junkyard Fox Outdoor Adventures, a channel known for documenting real stealth camping and urban survival experiences in unusual places. In this episode, the creator James attempts a risky camping encounter while stealth camping in an abandoned construction lot somewhere in Texas, United States.
And by the way, these things have been out here for years. I am completely ignorant. If I had to take a guess, I'm thinking infrastructure, maybe like something of a sewer system. They've been abandoned out here for years, so who knows? But I'm curious. So I'm not really liking this middle area where majority of these tunnels are congregated. It leaves a lot of nooks and crannies for surprises, and I don't like surprises. There are a couple of more of these tunnels off in the distance that they're just by themselves, so he just gives us a little bit more space. So let's go explore those instead.
James arrives at the abandoned lot during the day to search for a place to spend the night. The location is filled with large concrete culvert pipes that appear to have been left behind from a construction project years earlier. The ground is uneven and scattered with debris. Some of the pipes are stacked together, creating narrow spaces and dark corners that are difficult to see into. He has tried stealth camping here before, but had to leave on 2 previous attempts after encountering unstable people in the area. Because of that, he moves slowly and carefully while examining the location.
Tunnels are a little bit more away from the main area, which the main area was just extremely filthy and disgusting. Surprised I don't want to bump into anyone, so this area gives me a little bit more privacy. There's also this rock wall right here and they're marginally cleaner. I'm not saying that they're pristine, but they're a little cleaner than the ones over there in the middle. But I am definitely liking this area a little bit more. So, yeah. Oh, and there's a gentleman right over there. And so I want to give him plenty of space. He gives me plenty of space and we'll be just fine.
As he walks deeper into the lot, James avoids the central cluster of culvert pipes. The area looks dirty and full of hidden angles where someone could appear without warning. Instead, he finds a few pipes sitting apart from the others near a rock wall. The spot seems slightly safer because it is harder for someone to approach from behind. While looking around, James notices a man standing in the distance. The sight reminds him that he is not alone in the area. After sunset, darkness settles over the lot. James prepares a quick meal by soaking dried mushrooms and shrimp before cooking a simple bowl of ramen. He eats quickly and keeps his light use to a minimum. In a quiet place like this, any light could easily draw attention.
Someone's coming.
Yo, what's up?
Hello?
Thanks for the light.
What's up? You can stay right there. You can stay right there.
What's it? Okay.
Alright, just what's up, brother?
You have some shit?
No, I don't have. I'm just staying here the night and that's it.
Alright. Appreciate it.
Alright, brother. Have a good night.
You too.
Just after finishing his meal and turning off the light, he hears a sound nearby. Something is dragging across the ground. The noise grows closer. A stranger appears in the darkness. After a short exchange, the man walks away. Even though the encounter ends without conflict, James realizes that his location has now been discovered. The sense of safety he hoped for is gone. To make sure no one else is nearby, he activates a thermal camera and scans the dark surroundings. The device helps him check the area for movement in places his eyes cannot see. Later, James walks to a nearby gas station to get water and clear his mind before returning.
There's no way I'm going to camp in there. I don't feel safe camping in any of these tunnels. However, this area does have some opportunities. So you see all these dirt mounds? I scouted a nice little nook right here, nice and tucked away. So if I just lay down right there and keep a low profile, I think I'll be all right. I don't have to get the world's best sleep. All I gotta do is just be all right till sunrise. So yeah, that's gonna be home for the night.
Instead of sleeping inside the culvert pipe as planned, he hides in a narrow trench between piles of dirt and rock. From there, he can watch the area if anyone approaches during this tense stealth camping encounter. The night passes slowly. Around 1 in the morning, he eats a small snack for energy. Later, he wraps himself in a blanket and poncho but sleeps only lightly, listening for any sound. By morning, he has managed only about 2 hours of rest. His back is sore from the rough ground. After a quick drink and packing his gear, James leaves the site, relieved that he finally completed the challenge after several attempts. Some viewers believe the stranger may have been searching for something valuable or possibly drugs. Others think he may have simply been curious or drawn by the smell of food during this unusual camping encounter. What do you think his real intention was? On November 1st, 2025, a video appeared on the YouTube channel Roaming Reckless, a channel known for documenting real truck camping and off-road travel in remote environments. What begins as a normal truck camping trip soon becomes a tense camping encounter with dangerous desert conditions. Rhea is truck camping on BLM desert land in Colorado. The weather had been clear for several days, and the dry landscape seemed safe enough for desert camping. But after a sudden rainstorm, the conditions change quickly. The dry desert ground turns into thick gumbo clay. This type of mud becomes extremely slippery and makes driving very difficult. Instead of trying to leave right away, Rhea decides to stay in place and wait for the ground to dry. She spends 3 days camping in the same location, hoping the trail will become safe enough for her truck to drive out. On the final night of her stay, the situation changes suddenly.
I just got woken up by a severe weather alert that says there's severe thunderstorms coming in with wind gusts. Basically, it's really bad for us to be up in the Allo cab if we have like super strong wind coming, and there's a lot of big hail in severe thunderstorms. So I'm just gonna try to get out of here, even though it's the middle of the night. It says possible threat to life or property. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. Hail damage possible. Take action within the next hour. Come here, Mama. I know, you're so confused. I get it. Come here, Mama. Come on. Time is of the essence, lady. Oh, the rain's already started. Great. And here comes the wind. Okay. I need to get out of here before the rain hits, because you guys know that mud is like the whole reason we had to wait out the rain for a few days anyways. It's just the hail that's really freaking me out. But it's really just that freaking hail I do not want to get caught in. And we're out in the desert where there's no protection. Oh, there's lightning.
In the middle of the night, an emergency weather alert goes off on her phone. The alert describes the storm as potentially life-threatening. It is nearly 2 in the morning. The desert outside is completely dark, and there is no shelter anywhere nearby. Rhea quickly wakes her dog, Tazzy. With lightning flashing in the distance, she folds down the rooftop tent and starts driving in the dark, hoping to escape the approaching storm.
We're literally stuck in this freaking gumbo. I'm not even joking. See that? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm sliding, and that's my issue. Yeah, I just keep sliding, which is great. There's nothing to winch off. on, there's no way!
As she follows the muddy trail, the truck suddenly begins to slide. The tires lose traction on the wet gumbo clay. Within seconds, the vehicle sinks into a low, muddy section of the road. The truck is now completely stuck. In this unexpected camping encounter, Rhea realizes there is little she can do during the storm. She remains inside the truck with Tazzy while thunder rolls across the desert sky. By morning, the storm has passed. The truck is still trapped in deep, muddy ruts created during the night. Determined to escape, Rhea begins collecting branches and desert brush from the surrounding area.
First order of business when it comes to those ruts, I need to get rid of all of the soft ground and replace it with traction. Since I don't have Max Trax on me, what I do have is all of these little brush bushes in the desert. So I'm gonna go around, collect a bunch, pack it in front of all the tires with a trail out. Alright guys, I think we're about ready to roll. Got everything set up here. I'm gonna straighten my wheels out and then the plan is just to follow the brush. Completely trying to bypass that puddle right there and all of the muck that's on the other side. Let's give it a whirl. Yeah! See? Told you guys we weren't even really stuck that bad. So, we got a little bit of like soft stuff coming up, but in theory, I think we should be able to get through the rest of this pretty easy. Oh, I forgot I have my diff locks on. Impossible to steer. Are you kidding? All right, oh, there is more puddles and stuff, so let me, come on, troop. Are we kidding? Ain't no frickin' thing. It's supposed to rain early tomorrow, so we just did not have time to waste because otherwise we're gonna be stuck back here for like a week. Oh heck yeah! We made it back to the main road. Okay, we're out of four-wheel drive, auto four-wheel drive. Unlocked the hubs, now we just need to air back up. We're gonna go up to 32 PSI for right now, and we will redo everything tomorrow. We just need to get out of here.
She carefully places the brush under the tires to create traction. Then she lowers the tire pressure to increase the surface contact with the ground. Slowly and carefully, she begins moving forward. After several tense moments, the truck finally climbs out of the mud and reaches firmer ground. Later that night, while continuing her journey through the desert, she encounters another obstacle.
It is 3 hours later in the middle of the night, and I just came across like a really bad washout. It's like we're at the top of a hill right now, and then the whole road was washed out, and it's all mucky and clay down there, and I just spent hours laying brush down the 2-track. I'm gonna try to freaking air down and get through this, because it rains again tomorrow, so I can't afford to wait around and then be stuck in more rain. It's just gonna get worse. Okay, I'm gonna go down to 12. This makes me so sad because I spent so much time filling up. It took like over an hour to fill up the tires. Yes. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you guys how freaking stressful that was. That was almost a 3.5-hour ordeal just to make sure I didn't get stuck there.
A section of the road ahead has washed out and turned into another deep, muddy gap. Even though she is exhausted, she lowers the tire pressure again and carefully drives across the damaged trail. Eventually, she reaches safer ground and prepares to rest after a long and stressful night of desert truck camping. Several viewers explained that gumbo clay in desert regions can trap vehicles quickly, and severe hailstorms in Colorado can become dangerous very fast in open desert environments. If the hailstorm had arrived while the truck was still stuck in the mud, the situation could have become far more dangerous. What would you have done? At first, this looked like just another quiet ride across the desert. But within hours, the journey would turn into a dangerous camping encounter, leaving one rider stranded in the middle of nowhere as the sun slowly disappeared. On January 27, 2025, a video was uploaded on the YouTube channel Charlie Sinewan, a channel known for documenting long-distance motorcycle adventure travel through remote environments. Charlie Sinewan is riding his motorcycle across the remote coastal desert of Reserva Nacional de Illescas in Peru. Not long after, the first problem occurs.
¡Ah! ¡Mati al pie! Espero que no sea nada, ¿eh? Bueno, va. Si te pudiera levantar sin tener que descargarte, sería maravilloso. Para no hacerme daño, lo que hago es que yo la agarro de aquí abajo, ¿no? Así, y voy empujando con los pies, haciendo fuerza con los pies y con las piernas para tal. Y para eso la he tenido que vaciar entera. Aun vaciándola entera, tira mucho de espalda y ahí es cuando te haces daño en la espalda.
While crossing a section of soft sand, the motorcycle suddenly loses balance and falls. Because the bike is heavy, weighing nearly 300 kilograms with all the gear, Charlie cannot lift it easily. After recovering, he continues riding along the coast. The scenery is beautiful, but the terrain becomes increasingly difficult. The sand grows softer, and the track becomes harder to follow. Eventually, Charlie reaches a ranger checkpoint inside the reserve. There he meets two park guards, Carlos and Mario.
Lo que pasa es que aquí sí es una trocha y debes encontrar una pendiente de arena, pero una arena muy floja. Y es una pendiente.
Sí.
Vas a subirla bastante. Vas a llegar hasta la cima, que más o menos llegando es una altura y vas a seguir por la parte alta. Vas a hacer esta bajada y te vas a quedar en medio. Tienes que tener buen pique para poder escalar. Lo único peligro vas a tener es acá.
¿El hotel el Papaluna está indicado? ¿Hay algún cartel o no?
Sí, está indicado. Justo donde termina ese camino está la pendiente, la única bajada que vas a tener.
Ya. Quiero llegar hasta allí. Es un poco el objetivo del día.
They speak briefly and warn him about the road ahead. The next section contains very loose sand and could be extremely difficult to cross. Despite the warning, Charlie decides to continue forward. His goal is to reach Punta Luna, a small hotel located near the coast. Soon, the road becomes far more challenging.
Tal y como me advirtió Mario, la arena empieza a ser más blanda. Bajo a segunda.
Ahí hay una duna.
Llego a una bifurcación, con un camino a la derecha y este por el que voy que sigue recto. Sin mucho tiempo para pensar, evitando quedar atascado. Arena muy floja, me dijo Mario varias veces.
Creo que era por la derecha. Ese está laxo. No! No!
The sand becomes deep and unstable, and the motorcycle repeatedly struggles to move forward. At one point, the bike becomes completely stuck. Once again, Charlie must unload his gear and dig the motorcycle out of the sand under the intense desert sun. After several attempts, Charlie finally manages to climb a steep sandy hill and continue riding toward the coast. Eventually, he reaches the Punta Luna Hotel. The place appears isolated and quiet. However, the caretaker refuses to let him camp nearby for the night and tells him to leave the area.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Nada. ¿Eres de acá? Está cerrado, claro. Sí. No puedo acampar acá, no te molesto, ¿eh? Tengo mi tendita, tengo comida, tengo agua, tengo de todo.
Ahí en la quebrada puedes acampar. Ahí hay campamento.
¿Dónde?
¿Aquí donde he venido yo?
Sí.
Ahí en esos arbolitos, ahí campa.
Muy bien, hombre. Pues gracias.
Ya no es.
With little choice, Charlie turns his motorcycle around and rides back toward the desert trail before darkness arrives. As the sun begins to set, another problem appears. The motorcycle suddenly begins moving strangely. When he stops to inspect the bike, he realizes the rear tire has completely lost air.
No me jodas. He pinchado. No. No. Se ha destalonado. Game over. Su puta madre. Menuda movida, ¿no? Ha destalonado. No sé si se ha pinchado o es que de repente va perdiendo. Siempre pierde esta rueda, no sé por qué. Casi tiene un nuevo pinchazo y por eso se ha bajado. Yo no veo nada por aquí de momento.
Now, with daylight fading and no one nearby, Charlie finds himself facing a serious camping encounter with isolation in the middle of the desert. Several viewers pointed out that solo motorcycle travel in remote deserts can quickly become risky when unexpected mechanical problems appear. With a flat tire and night approaching, the situation could become serious. What would you do if your vehicle failed in a place like this? On December 14th, 2025, a video was uploaded on the YouTube channel Love Sundays, known for stealth van camping and overnight trips across the United Kingdom. In this episode, the creator arrives at a public car park beside a forest, but the quiet stop soon turns into an uneasy camping encounter later that night. The video begins with the creator arriving at a public car park located beside a forest in the United Kingdom. The weather conditions are poor. Heavy rain and strong winds move through the area while a weather warning remains active. Before beginning his stealth van camping stay, he walks around the car park to understand the surroundings. The location appears quiet. While walking along the boundary fence, he suddenly notices a warning sign attached to the barrier. The message changes the mood of the area.
What the hell? No trespassing. Violators will be shot. Survivors will be shot again.
So I think we're going to go for a little wander around just this area. There's lots of little warps things. I'm sure the sign that says that I'll get shot if I trespass only stands for that area there. This is a public car park down here, so I don't really see any problems with that.
Instead of exploring the land behind the fence, he decides to return to the public parking area, where it will be safer for his overnight van camping stop. By the time he reaches the van again, the rain has already soaked his clothes. Strong wind continues to move across the open parking area. Because of the weather, he decides to stay inside the van for the rest of the night.
It is really, really coming down out there now. Whilst I'm here, I don't need it on, but I'm just going to check the diesel heater just to see if this works. So I think the other day the problem was that I think I flooded it by sort of priming the lines. Be interesting to see if it works though. There's air coming out of it, it's just not warm yet, obviously. Yeah, I can hear the pump going. So that's where the air comes out, and it's still cold. Error message. Somebody said to me that maybe, because I haven't used it in, well, quite a long time, over 6 months, that maybe the diesel that's in the tank has gone off.
Inside the vehicle, he attempts to turn on the diesel heater to warm the van. However, the heater repeatedly fails during startup and only blows cold air. Without heat, he prepares to sleep using several thick blankets. Later that evening, darkness completely covers the forest around the car park. After eating, he cleans up and prepares the bed inside the van. Around 9 p.m., while lying inside the van, a sudden loud sound breaks the silence outside.
What was that? Sound like a machine gun. I mean, that sound could be something quite simple. It could have just been like rain trickling down onto the van, but it didn't sound like that. Or it could have been just like a car backfiring or something. Just heard it again. Guess we'll find out, won't we?
The noise repeats several times. He stays inside the van and listens carefully. Later, around 11 p.m., another strange moment occurs during the camping encounter.
There's someone out there with a torch. They keep shining it at the van. I think they're going... What are they looking for? I mean, I'm not going to lie, that is a little bit freaky at whatever time it is. It's like 11 o'clock now or something. They must have shone the light right at the camera on top of the van, because I tend to sleep with my CCTV on so that I can just look at the screen if I need to. But I noticed it when I'm sort of drifting in and out of sleep. Oh, they're back again. Bottom corner this time. Maybe they're just taking their dog for a walk and they're just walking around the back and their torch is kind of reflected off the van. Right, I'm going to attempt to go back to sleep.
Someone appears to be moving outside the van. A bright flashlight sweeps across the parking area and briefly shines directly toward the van and the roof-mounted camera. Inside the van, he quietly watches the security camera monitor, trying to understand what the person might be looking for. He hopes it is simply someone walking a dog nearby. The next morning, the rain has stopped. The windows inside the van are fogged from the cold night. After hearing other vehicles arriving in the car park, he starts the engine and leaves the area. Several viewers suggested that the warning signs seen earlier may have influenced how the nighttime sounds were interpreted. This forest camping encounter was never fully explained. The loud sounds and the flashlight outside the van remain unclear. In a quiet place like this, what do you think was really happening outside that night? That's all for tonight's video. Which encounter gave you chills? Let us know in the comments below. Got your own experience? We want to hear it. And whatever you do, don't miss what's coming next.